This dog kennel beside this, somebody had thrown it out to the curb, brand new. It wasn't in a box, but that's what that is. That's a brand new dog kennel. I'm going to put it together and try to create it into a rabbit tractor for my buck. This is going to be even easier than I thought. This divider came with the dog kennel, and so what I've done, instead of putting it in vertically to make a divider between two sections of the kennel, I'm going to use zip ties, which I've got around here somewhere. I've got standard zip ties here. I've got some black ones. We'll use those since the kennel's black. And I got my helper here. Anyway, I'm going to use I'm going to use standard zip ties, and I'm going to zip tie the cross piece. What I'm doing is trying to make a place where the buck can get up off the ground if the ground's wet. The thing is, I want this to be strong enough to hold him, so I might have to reinforce it with something. So here's what I'm dealing with. I can turn this piece horizontally, hook it on this end over here. On this side, I can hook it, and then come across here. This kennel has two doors, one on the side from where I'm working, and then one on the front. So that's going to make access to the rabbit really nice. I think what I want to do, since this is going to be kind of only waiting, like on the other side over there, I can zip tie it across that bar, but I'm afraid that it's going to be a bit much weight for the rabbit being up there. So I've got some little pieces of 1x2 that I think will fit right under there, and I'm going to go get it and make some braces underneath this rack. And let me go get that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I cut me 2 boards, and they are, let's see if I can, hold on. 2 boards slightly wider than the top, and now I'm going to use those as braces to hold that wire, what I'm going to turn into a wire shelf or a platform for the rabbit to jump on. Okay, here's the deal. I have a little bit of a problem. This cage has a door on the side as well as on the end. I would like to be able to access the rabbit or rabbits by either door. And so my problem is I'm trying to use the divider that came with the cage and repurpose it as a support for the rabbit to get up on when it needs to get up off the ground, like if it's raining or something like that. Let me see if I can show you. At about right here. So it's just hanging over that second support a little bit. And that will mean I don't have to come up with a third support and have this part flimsy. So let me go get my grinder and I will do that. Okay, so what I ended up using was this little hacksaw, because my mother-in-law's asleep on the other side of that wall, and I figured if I got out my grinder, it was going to be really loud, and even though she's mostly deaf, we were afraid of waking her up. So, and this went fine. So it was just a little hacksaw. I was able to go in and cut off, well, I don't know where we laid that piece. Oh, here it is. So I cut off this much, and I'm going to save this because, hey, I reuse things. But speaking of which, so the rabbit's not going to want to jump up on that shelf on top of wire. It's not going to be comfortable. So I wanted to create something for him to land on and be easy on his feet. And I have this table runner that I no longer use. I just had it up in my attic, and I thought it's just the right width. It's made out of bamboo. He'll probably chew on it some, but hopefully not too much. So it'll be real easy to cut. So and it's just about the right width. So I'm gonna lay this on that shelf and see if it fits, and then I'll probably zip tie it on the edges or something. And I've got plenty of it, so if he chews on it, I can put more in later. You know, you could use like a piece of wood or various other things, but this also doesn't have a lot of weight to it, so it's not going to make the tractor that much heavier. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to start at the end that's already cut. That way I only have to do this one more place. So I need it about here, where I've got my fingers, so I'm going to come back over here and run a bead of glue on both sides of where I want to cut across the strings. And just do on each side, and then I'll cut in the middle, and that way I haven't messed up the thing. Okay, that should cut now without a problem. Okay, so now I've got this cut piece, and I'm going to lay it in on top of the shelf. It's almost perfect. It's a little bit long, but I can roll up the end that's a little bit long, and that's not a big deal. And what I'm going to do is just zip tie it in place on both sides. Little bunnies. Hey, little bunnies. Stay back, Bella. No, stay back. See the little boy? Decided to bring Mama and two silver babies in. It's wet and rainy outside, so I just thought I'd bring them in for a little visit. What do you think of that? Tammy, that's Tammy. Bella. And she had 3 babies, but I only brought 2 in for right now. I wanted to see how she fit in some supplies. It's time to nurse.